Welcome, and this time I'm going to introduce you to the event handling modus inside Swing. Swing is Swing components are based on MVC architectures. However, most of the time we're gonna call it separable architecture or delegations. So things is happening this way. Let's just create a new let's just create a new application in order to demonstrate about event handling, event raising, and event handling inside Java. So this one is event handling. Okay, yeah, Java event handling. Okay, finish. Okay, then we're going to collapse this one. Right click, delete this one. Okay, we're going to delete this one. Then right click on this one and create a new JFrame form. New JFrame form. Okay, and we're going to copy the main form here and paste it here. Finish. And then let's just make a simple one. Event handling is gonna be used for lots of components like the text field, okay, the text field, the button, so on and so forth. But let's say I'm going to demonstrate or explain about event handling using Paintbrush first, okay, and then before applying it to their before applying it into our application. So event handling is like this. Let's just say that we have a button over here or any other components. Okay, we have a button or any other components over here. Okay, this is a button, and once we click on this button, okay, if the user click on this button, this after clicking, when user click on this button, after clicking, it's going to raise an event. Okay, this button's job is to raise an event. What is event raising? It's going to inform that the button is click, 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 the button is click. Okay, it just raise that events out. It's not processed. The button itself doesn't process. The button itself doesn't process the events of user clicking. It just raise an event, and then from this raising an event, there won't be something like events listener or action listener. Okay, this one is I'm drawing the shape of the gear. When the event's raising, okay, and there is something called this one event listener or action listener. Okay, that is typically called action listener. Okay, this one is called action listener. Okay, action listener. Action listener is any of the object which are interested in this event, and it's going to keep listening to this event. How can it keep listening? It's going to register itself. This action listener is going to register itself. Okay, it's going to register itself. It's going to register. Okay, it's going to register itself to listen for events of this button, and once the action once there is a click on this one, the button is going to raise an event, and this listener object is going to listen to that register to listen to that event, and when it is listened to for that event, it's going to process the event, okay, or it's gonna do something like action performed. Okay, action performed. Okay, and it's going to perform some actions. Okay, and normally in performing this action, we're going to actually perform some particular task, and that particular task is gonna be done normally within a function or a method. Okay, a function or a method. Function or a method. So I'm going to demonstrate this model this way. I'm going to demonstrate this model this way. So I'm going to right click on this one, edit, and we are going to name this one as greeting. Greet. Okay, and just to make things interesting, we're going to place another label over here. Okay, right click this one is to put the name of the user. We're going to place this one is to put the, this one is to put the, how to say, text field, edit text. If you don't know what a label is, and if you don't know what the text field is, please watch my previous videos about the label, text field, and the button as well. Okay, we're gonna right click on this one, change txt name. So okay, and I'm gonna right click on this one, change for name bt and button grid. And just to demonstrate the things, we're going to do it this way. So as I said, if we run this one, okay, and when user click on this button, the button is not going to process anything. The only job of this button is going to raise an event outside, inform that, oh, the user click on the user, the buttons, user click on the button, user clicks on the button, just inform it outside like that. And there won't be an action listener listen for that event and process that event. And just to do so, I'm going to code one action listener. Okay, I'm going to code one internal class inside here. Okay, so we're gonna code class. Okay, class. This one is handler greet greet event, greet click event. Okay, to handle the greet clicks event. This class is going to extend the action listener interface. Okay, action listener interface, action listener. Oh, it's implement, sorry, not extend. It's gonna implement. Okay, implements the action listener interface. Okay, this one is a class. Okay, sorry, this one must be a capitalized. This one is a class. Okay, this class will implement the action listener interface, which is this one. It's going to implement the, it is a class which is able to act as a listener, listening for this event. Okay, so, and we're going to click on this one, implements the abstract methods, and that abstract method is when this action listener could listen for the event, it's going to perform some action, and when it performs some action, it's called the method action perform, and it's gonna be a method. So in this case, we're going to call to this method action perform, and we're gonna do string name equal to txt name dot. Why do I do the inner class? Okay, why do I do the inner class here? Because this inner class is a class within our main class here. Okay, Java event handling here. Okay, so that we can access to the members txt name of the outer class. So from here you can dot get text, okay, get text, and then we're going to do j option pane, okay, dot show a message dialog root pane, and this one I'm going to show the message is welcome, okay, name, and place a name to Java Swing. Okay, to Java Swing tutorial or to Java Swing. So this class is now able to handle, this class, the object of this class is now able to handle the events for the button click. Okay, and in order to do so, I'm going to create a new object of this one and assign it to listen for the events of the button. Okay, so first, right after initializing, okay, please read the please watch my previous video about what this constructor is and what this init component method is. Okay, this init component method is this auto-generated method which is used to create all the instances of the button, of the label, of the text field, so on and so forth of your class. After creating those components, like this components, this one, and this one, okay, we're going to create a new object of the action listener. Okay, the action listener. So we're gonna create that one is our class over here. So handler click events, handler greeting click events. Okay, greeting click handler equal to new greeting click. Okay, then we're going to assign it to as an action listener for the button. So like this one, we may have many action listener, okay? But if it doesn't register to listen for this button, then when this one raise an event about the button is how to say, click, this one will not react at all because it doesn't register for this one. So in order to add the action listener here to react to this click event of the button, we have to register it. So we're gonna do this one to register. Our button is button greet dot set action listener, add action listener, add action listener. So we're gonna put greet action listener over there. Okay. So right now, if you run this method, if you run this one, okay, if you run this one, this project, okay, and you put a meter A over here, and if you click on greet, when you click on greet, it raise an event. When it's raise an event, it's going to the action listener. Our action listener is greeting click handler. Okay, listen to that event, and it's going to, when it is listened to that event, okay, it's going to call to the action perform method to perform an action, and that action is going to show this one. So if you run this one now, oh, it was running. Okay, so if you put this one, a click, you'll say welcome meter A to, okay, the option pane. The name is from txt name.getText, this one, and the J option pane is showing this message dialog, welcome meter A to Java Swing. Okay, that one is events handler. Okay, it is about events raising and event handling inside Java. Now the same thing, the same code can be done this way. What I have just done is I did that one manually, but we can have the assistant of the NetBeans. So when we can do it this way, greet one, okay, greet one, and if we click on greet one, there is another way to create the action listener this way. We're going to right click on this one, events action performed. When we do this, it's going to, sorry, we need to change this name, So this one is going to be btn greet one, okay, greet one, and we're going to right click on this one, events action performed. So it's create a method directly for you. So when you code this method, okay, so if you click on this button, it's going to process this method. But actually what you see is a method over here. But then what going on is that, in reality, it is actually create a new object of action listener. Okay, in reality, inside our init components over here, it's NetBeans happens to automatically create a new object of action listener, just like our class, which is the object of action listener. Okay, then it's also override the method action performed. Okay, and from this action performed is called to our method that we're coding over here. Okay, so the two are just exactly the same thing, but in this case, NetBeans have to code first. Okay, NetBeans have to code first. So within this one, okay, yeah, it's actually called to this method. Okay, so within this action perform method, actually it's called to this method, and what we're doing is we code this method. So I'm going to just copy this one. I'm just gonna copy this one and paste it into our method over here. And normally from now on, I'm gonna use the second approach, and this is the approach that we're gonna use. Most of the time, we're gonna use that approach. Okay, so NetBeans is generated the action listener automatically first, and it's gonna work just like the another button, another button. So if you place over here meter A dot greet, okay, you have meter A to Java Swing as well. If you click on this one, it's gonna be just the same. But of course, using this approach is easier. Okay, using this approach is easier. Okay, there will be a lot more kinds of action listener and events and events handler. Let's say for focus for the text and checkbox reader buttons, so on and so forth. But the one for buttons is most important. Okay, when it comes to the time, I will demonstrate about the other events and events handler later.